Okay, we need to find the granddaughter of the amulet. Temple. Why is this a temple? Oh, wow.
Kitchen. Visitors kindly keep to common areas. Food will be served at meal times. Infirmary. Justice endures, even in suffering. Belfry. Bell ringers only past this point.
Oh, okay. That's the sleeping quarters. Doesn't seem like anyone's here. Yeah, no one's here. Oh, they don't have much. I feel bad for stealing from them. Divine Rapture of Ilmater. This is a temple of Ilmater. The faded text and battered parchment of this Ixinen manuscript date back to the 4th century DR. And lo, he walked among us, but for a brief and brilliant moment, the crying god wept upon our earth with the tears of a most fortunate faithful. He took the cur of Gehenna, this most defied creature of murder, and held it in his immutable embrace. In his most perfect knowing, he walked with it into the sea of fallen stars. The cur clawed and screamed and ripped and tore, but he broke no quarter. And when the sea ran red with the blood of the divine, the wailing and gnashing ceased. The creature was dead. No trace of his commanded faithful remained, save for a humble iron helm, which washed ashore with nary a scratch or sea rust about it. A book full of furtive prayers for forgiveness to the crying god. It smells musty, as if kept underground for a long time. Lord Ilmater, I beseech you, look upon me and behold my sin. Let it stand before your infinite patience and bog in its presence. For while I am weak, you stand mighty. Let me be absolved before your weeping majesty, that I may cleanly bear the burden of others in your name. My knees may stagger, my bones may break, my will may fracture, but my faith stands strong on your shoulders, Lord, if you will let it. Register of Temple Dead Speakers. A death will often cause, or in turn be caused by, an imbalance of suffering. On such occasions, a priest must commune with the spirit to see if they can address their imbalance. Please list the trained temple dead speakers below. Dead speakers of the Open Hand Temple. Lash-bearer Katrine, Left Temple. Sister Clarwin, deceased. Father Logan, deceased. At the bottom of the page there's a handwritten annotation. Apply for dead speaker training at earliest opportunity. Can't have none at next temple inspection. Why? Who's the granddaughter? What's the granddaughter's name? No idea. We have a lot of wooden chests here. Let's not take this. This one's harder. Okay. Oh my god, are you serious? What is happening? Come on! Something in the double digits, please. Nothing. Oh, investigation failed. Investigation failed? Am I the only one who can investigate? One gold piece. Wow. Safe to say they don't have any money. Seraphic Pugilist Gloves. Your unarmed attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 radiant damage. Sounds good. One Eye. The introduction to One Eye by Palmer Johnny Sugar reads, as Corellon Lerethian's diametric opposite, Groomsh presents a cyclopic portrait of destruction, loathing, and cruelty. Contentious orcish mythologians have dared, to their credit, to cast Groomsh in the position of Spurn's son, prideful and powerful despite foul circumstances, and therefore worthy of absolution, admiration, even faith. Unconvincing as arguments go, when weighed against the dearth of his kindnesses and mercies. In myth, Groomsh lost his eye to his brother in origin, Corellon. He was following his idiotic pride. Long-haired Groomsh envied Corellon's grasp of magic, his beauty and his fixed domains. When he charged Cornea first into the fray, with his maiming, Groomsh presents the singular mythological case where an eye, usually a symbol of insight and greater knowledge, was sacrificed on the altar of utter stupidity. This record, penned by Rector Yanis, consolidates various sermons of Father Lorgan, High Priest of the Open Hand Temple. Do not, brethren, mistake the wonders of gathered society for the decrees of those atop it. It is the duty of a faithful tormented. It is your duty to know when these decrees beget unjust suffering. It is not an easy duty. It is a duty that will scar your hands from carrying it, as it well should. We must at all times recall a central fact. To suffer is not holy. To suffer is a consequence of holy duty made practice. Ilmater does not enjoy his pain, my friends. He endures it because it is just. Our own pain is an acceptable price to pay, but it is not a good in itself. Some may ask of you, if you are loved by your God, why does he allow you to suffer? Why does he allow anyone to suffer? The question is strong rhetoric, but it has an answer. One cannot be healed without first being hurt. One cannot truly know joy without knowing its absence. But to live a life full of absence, full of suffering, would be to know only one thing. We enact balance in the name of the Lord on the wreck, for it is right and it is just. I think that is the difference between Ilmater and Shar. Corsairs of Luskan. This cultural analysis spends a good number of pages on Luskan. Tucked like a gold filling, or some would say a pus-filled abscess, at the mouth of the river Mirar, Luskan is a city of merchant princesses, swarthy bandit princes, and a most diverse, cutthroat and fractured cable of pirates of Toril. Think we've read this? Tales of the Hells. Entry 18, Smiler the Defiler. If your wonders through Avernus seem to become an awful lot more scenic. Luscious woods, big bushes and the like, you may have wandered into a wily trap set by a creature named Smiler. None of us health folk know exactly what he is, where he's from, or how he got there, but he's a nasty piece of work. Well, he's called a defiler, ain't he? He's not just nasty. Plenty folk are nasty here, but he's weird. Something's not right. The book continues in a similarly unenlightening fashion. Why is there fire here? Isn't it dangerous? Easy Furniture's DIY? The false bottomed chest. Now this false bottom ain't an illusory glamour, but a surefire way of stopping your most precious belongings becoming someone else's. Prying kids, snooping house cats, or even overzealous city watchmen will all be stumped by this simple trick. First step, construct chests. See Building Bits Volume 2 for more instructions. 2. Cut some wood to the dimensions of your chest's internal base. Make sure to match the grain and hue. 3. Nail in some wine corks to the original base. 4. Punch a wee hole in the new bottom. 5. Drop the new bottom into the chest. 6. If you need to move the false bottom, use a long bent nail to lift it out and peruse the goodies as you please. Oh, one of the chests has a false bottom.
A long way to go still. Worth a rummage?
God damn it. Someone succeed investigation, please.
What a charmer.
Are you serious?
This thing's got a double bottom. Old trick.
Thanks, Karlak. Confessions, Volume 1, Father Lorgan. The most recent entry in this journal bears particularly heavy quill marks and cross-through revisions. I penned this from the temple cellar, the only place I feel close to the Ilmater's will anymore. I pass my gaze between the crests that hide my sin apparent, and I wonder, who are they to pass any judgment? They bark at those who arrive on our doorstep, bloodied, beaten, fleeing from heretical hordes, are dirty and welcome to be shunned, that it is a crime to house them, to bring them into the city proper. But if my back must be broken so others may step to the light, so be it. What? That it is a crime to house them? Oh, she's against these people who try to keep the refugees out, right?
There we go.
There's a cellar here.
At least things have stayed interesting.
The Most Holy Sermons of Lash-Bearer Katrine. Oh, piteous tormented, we live in wretched times, so eager is our populace to beg succor from the city's teat, and so readily is such succor available that our broken God is seldom lamented to. The weeping of the fetid masses should fall righteously under the blood-burnt ears of Ilmater, not into the hands of useless bureaucrats. A query often wet on the tongue of Ilmater's loyal wretches is thus, who does he bid us aid? How must we aid them? The answer is simple. We must give these sordid souls the tools to aid themselves, a working knowledge of the Ilmatari creeds. Unless these unfortunates know to channel their suffering towards the crying God, how is he supposed to intercede for them? Think upon these words, my children. This book details the path in faith of one Shira Claren. Moving from the light is how he always phrased it, which I thought was a bit much. A ray of morning light dims this day, he would insist. I just can't really see it the same way. I can comfort, I can listen, I can heal. Of course my talents are best suited in worship of Ilmater. I have no ill will towards the Morning Lord, indeed. I think a shaft of his light will always shine in my heart. I worry too. There's something that glimmers in Par's eye when he talks about a light, and it's not something I like. I'll light to Baldur's Gate next 10 day to the Open Hand Temple. Maybe they'll know what ails him. Huh?
Time to press ahead.
Another door? This goes to the graveyard. Oh wow. Look at that bridge. Why is there a grave open like this?
Mikkel Hornkiss gave all to the lepers, fell to the malady himself. He is a beacon to us all. Narlo Essie. Grief and illness laid ruin, yet her heart held only compassion. The broken god be with her.
What happened here?
B. Gardenson gave her life protecting fellow refugees. May the one who endures shelter her.
Biscuit.
Alvin Muffle Fieldwick gave his fortune to the poor, died in the arms of friends. He will be missed.
Okay, let's take the biscuits for our camp supplies. I think we need it more than him. There's really nothing else here? Dirt mound? Oh god, what am I doing?
Brilgor fell to anger and rage, taking Father Lorgan with him. May Ilmater forgive him.
Oh my god, that is a body. A tiefling, Brilgor. Why did I even do that? I don't know. Oops.
Soldier.
Sorry. Loot. Oh, he doesn't have anything. Why did I even do this? My goodness. Okay, let's check the infirmary. Oh, what is this place? This must be the kitchen, right? Brother Donick.
I've said all I have to say already. Now I just want to pack up my kitchen and leave.
Leave? Why are you packing up your kitchen? And why is there a blood trail?
Soup kitchen's no good if we've no one to feed soup to. Besides, Father Lorgan's gone. Murdered. And now they're blaming a refugee for it.
Where did the attack happen?
He was attacked in the cellar. He had a private altar down there. Used to lack the solitude. The man ate like a horse. A soup-hungry horse. Usually took enough to feed a small clergy down there.
Okay. This goes to the cellar, probably. What do you mean by blood? Oh, this blood. Multiple cases for us, one abduction and one murder now. More people.
Here we be! Ah! Take me to my cherished Shira, and thy reward shall be plenty.
Shira.
I don't teach you how to pray, so don't teach me how to investigate.
What is that?
Look, investigator. Brilgor might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis. Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
Shitey little elephant. Oh, I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits a rector of Ilmater.
Don't worry. Don't apologize, sounded like a load of bollocks anyway.
I wouldn't go that far. But the investigator is being particularly challenging right now. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our high priest, Father Lorgan, and one of the new refugees, Brilgor. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder and is content to blame Brilgor, the politically convenient target.
If you think the investigator did a shoddy job, I can look into the murder for you.
Feel free to look around the temple. But fair warning, the investigator won't change her mind without significant new evidence.
Her mind, okay. Any idea what I should be looking for?
Valeria never found the murder weapon, so that could be a start. Anything disproving the refugee murder-suicide angle, really.
Can you tell me where to... Oh yeah, where can I find the investigator?
Charette's caress would be my best bet. That's her usual haunt after closing a case.
Okay. Can you tell me where to find Shira Clarvin?
I can tell you where to find her, but she won't be very chatty, I'm afraid. Shira passed away last year.
Oh
Peacefully,
no.
mind. We buried her in the crypt under the temple, if you wish to visit.
Okay.
I really hope you find something. For all our sakes.
What is that? Trusting your instincts? Take up Valeria's shoddily concluded investigation. Okay, cool. Order of Ilmatary Service.
A lot on my mind. Well, in it.
A mass book used by the Broken Gauze congregation during regular services. There are a lot of hymns about self-flogging scattered throughout the tome. Self-flogging.
Infirmary. Justice endures, even in suffering.
Combat Manual. Many would ask how the open-hand tempo should respond to acts of violence against our persons. Well, it is a most sticky conundrum. We must rely on the gifts granted to us by our suffering god, that of curative miracles. As long as you can salve yourself, your fellow congregants, or even the wayward minds of your vicious assailants, that must be your approach, for we are not to inflict suffering, only to alleviate it. Besides, there's always nearby Flaming Fist to handle that sort of distasteful thing. Hopefully. Hopefully. An Ilmatary bookmark in this uncharmingly alliterative tome brings attention to one particular page. The Holophant, a most mild-mannered mastodon. 'Tis rare to find, dear reader, a creature of such benevolent countenance as the noble Holophant. The only wrinkle with the fine beast I have found is upon its leathery hide. On the topic of wrinkled skins, other angelic forms in Mount Celestia are gigantic, so mayhaps the skin will tighten when the Holophant engorges in celestial size. "'Tis but an errand wandering." Whilst conversing with one of their breed, Lulu, I learned that the Holophant averts its wants from mortal vice at all cost, and has an indefatigably buoyant and cheery view of the mortal planes. I could not bring myself to quash these imaginings of our realms, and only hope we'd one day rise to this creature's conception of our kind. So, in short, they are very naive, believes in the good of people and stuff like that. Oh my god, so many books to read! Are you serious? These are refugees seeking shelter, but they're keeping them out because of a murder, probably.
The crying one weeps today. Our father Lorgan is dead. Murdered.
What happened?
I don't want to talk. My heart is in mourning.
Okay.
He may to rest his soul, but his methods need to rest with him. We need change.
Someone wants change?
We let more outsiders in and more Baldurians die. Duke Stelmane, Father Lorcan, it's no coincidence.
We have faith here, Bill. Faith in people, no matter where they're from.
Who had more faith than Father Lorcan? How did that work out?
I heard your priest died. My condolences.
Thank you, stranger. Father Lorgan's passing has saddened us all.
Passing? He was murdered by one of the fugitives he was harboring.
Bill, I beg you, be quiet. Even sinners receive Ilmater's grace, and Father Lorgan knew that. We don't pick and choose who we aid.
To offer alms to all who need it, that is the sign of a noble soul.
Thank you, stranger. I take some solace knowing that he died in Ilmater's service.
Does Ilmater's service involve protecting heretic absolutists? Or perhaps I missed that sermon.
Enough, Bill. You seem a kind soul. Our temple is open to you. Walk well.
A scorned, closed heart. Side with the open-minded priest. Okay.
By allowing his faithful to suffer the most.
A new blasphemy, bloodletting, and sanguine arcana. Penned on official House of the Broken God parchment by the revered mistress of the house, Lash-bearer Katrine. Be on your guard, mine faithful, for speculation and heretical wandering has spread amongst the broken flock in recent times. If you are offered blood transference, report it to your temple's rector immediately. It shall not heal you, it shall not deliver you. To suffer truly in the name of our Lord on the wreck, your own blood must endure. The suffering masses. To salve a scar or stitch a broken seam of skin is simple, but a curative for the soul, for the malaise of suffering that sits betwixt one's ears and in one's heart, that is harder balm to apply. We faithful tormented must practice listening most intently, in hope that the act of spilling sorrow from stuttering mouths is itself soothing. We must learn which words to speak in fetid silence, and when to speak them, but most of all, when to let tranquil reflection be. Oh, I want that. Okay, I can't have that. Damn it. Oh, I want that. Can I have that?
Wish I had a bag of holding.
It is not for us to decide who deserves Ilmater's grace.
Oh!
Why not? We are his adherents. Who would know if not us?
Damn it.
Your stealing has caught someone's attention. What will you do?
Damn it! Holy crap, 2,210! Hand over the stolen items, I guess. Try to talk my way out of the situation. I'm just minding my own business. It's nothing to do with me. 15. Oh.
You'll walk free for now, but your stories won't land so well if you're caught again.
Okay. You can go now. Oh no, is he not returning back to the kitchen? Gotta be more evidence, he says. Now let's close the door. God in heavens. So noisy.
Can't risk being in open view.
Why not? We are his adherents. Who would know if not us?
To claim to know the Lord's will is blasphemy. We interpret scripture and teachings.
Okay.
Quiet. Move with care.
Lo, a most joyous sensation. For the eyes of Father Sawmill at the Open Hand Temple only. Field report. Today, a roughshod group of adventuring swords happened upon my little patch of Firewand Bridge, so I naturally espoused the benefits of our shattered saint unto them. Can you conceive of what they said to me, Arksuffer? After I had warned them of the evils of the most perverted of magics, this group of degenerates claimed to house sorcerers. Sorcerers! They would not heed my warnings about this degenerate magic, nor would they cast off all earthly belongings and join our flock. The feeling in the pit of my stomach as they cast pitying eyes across my pathetic form, what exquisite holy suffering. Okay, someone's full of himself. A selection of soups have been outlined in the sticky, often splattered pages of this missive. Dipping soup. Sometimes you've got nice bread and nothing's better than dipped bread.
Your light fingers have attracted attention.
Again?
It seems an explanation may be in order.
Sorry, I haven't seen anything suspicious. My god.
You've been given the benefit of the doubt this time, but something tells you next time you won't be so lucky.
First, smash up a healthy chunk of tomatoes nice and pulpy in a pot, getting rid of the skins. 2, cut half an onion, slap a couple garlic cloves with your palm. Grab a couple of herbs if you got them, dried will do. Cut a small chunk of lard or other fat. Crack some salt and pepper, add to the tomatoes. Why only half an onion? Third, heat your pot for half an hour or so until thick and dippable. Pick out your chunks of onion, lovely snack, and garlic, smelly snack, and taste for the seasoning. What? You're picking out your chunks of onion? Why? And garlic? Fourth, taste for pleasure with some nice bread, a hunk of cheese, or just scoop with your hands if that's all you got. You need salt, my dear. Potato chowder. Look, if all you've got is potatoes, you've got to make potato soup. This chowder makes it not horrid. First, put your lard in a pot, a chunky one, mind. When it stops being lard and starts being hot lard, add in your good-smelling veggies, leeks, garlics, onions that you've chopped all thin. Please salt this so it doesn't taste of nothing. Thank you! Thank you! That's the most important step, which was missing from the first soup. Second, when it's soft and good smelling, chuck in any flour you've got and stir the mixture so it don't burn. Note for me, it's very important to not burn it. Emphasize. 2.5. Please do not let it burn. That'd be rubbish. Third, if you're fancy and have wine, or have a generously stocked temple wine cellar nearby, Add a bit of it now and cook it off. When it's gone, add some wedged potatoes and a lot more liquid. Not wine this time or you have a headache for the next morning. 4th, cook it for half an hour or so till the potatoes are nice and tender and smash some of them up in the liquid. If you got any cow products, milk, cheese and the like, add them now for extra delicious results. Delish.
Light on my feet.
Wait, she's gone. Oh no, she's there. Sister Yanis. A mass book used by the Broken Gods congregation during regular services. A lot of hymns. Credo of the Wrack-stricken Lord. Lord on the wreck, weep for us, for we are weak and you endure. Let your heavy tears fall, and let us wince on the salt as we sup. Shoulder our pain, we beg you, and we salve others gathered near. Cry agony, and we shall give your words to souls that need them most. Okay. Anything interesting? A study in suffering. Baal can teach us about suffering. Please, hold your gasps, patient flock. I assure you there's a point to this unorthodox subject matter. I'm sure you've heard the gathering rumors about the recently deposed Grand Duke-elect Saravok Anchev. They're true. He engineered a sickness within our nation's iron. He slaughtered Duke Elton, and yes, he nearly set Baldur's Gate and Amn into a full-throated war against each other. All this for one whose name you should know with fear but nary speak. Baal. A murder most complete. This is why our work is important, you noble tormented. Suffering must be balanced, alleviated. We must bear its lashings to our shoulders when we can, for if we do not, our Lord on the Wrack's enemies will press upon it and allow its weight to tip and crush the world as we know it into bloody pulp. These are the stakes, my suffering lambs. This is the rod our backs must bear. On the matter of soups and starvation. I implore you, Rector Yanis, Father Lorgan, to restore your temple's most wonderful soup kitchen to our encampment. My precious baby loved the aptly named meat slop you last served, even if other ungrateful souls here turned up their noses. I can only sacrifice my own meager rations in his name for so long. Yours faithfully, Fortuno Dips. Baldur's Mouth, edition number 80. Calls to ban refugee help in Rivington. Refugee allegedly slaughters benevolent Father Lorgan. Investigator Valeria to investigate. Armies of Absolute massing around Moonrise Towers. Feywild Circus appears in middle of Rivington. Feywild, okay, that's why there are so many weird creatures in there. The first recruits, only you can protect Baldur's Gate. Shunning, upper city closed off, not a good look. Cheres's Caress deal, Luskan lap dance 2 for 1 with ostrich plumes. The Steel Watch. The age of the Steel Watch approaches. The immutable logic and impeccable judgment of a complex machinery will pass law without fault and without hesitation. Why must we risk the lives of those brave enough to accept the mantle of city guard in a fray with common thugs? Moreover, why must we risk the liberty of citizens at the mercy of the vice and caprice of others who take this mantle for ill? Worry no longer as the Steel Watch automatons take to the streets. Automatons? Pass law without fault and without hesitation? That sounds really bad. Sounds really bad. This light read for younger worshippers opens on the following adage. On the first day, Tyr saw the world's injustice, though his eyes were blind. On the second day, Torm was slain and returned to serve the truth. On the third day, Ilmater wept for all that came before and all that was to come. Are we done with the books? My goodness. I need to drink some water. This seems to be a library. Oh, infirmary. Right.
What ails you? Marsh fever? Feather lung? Be quick, I've not got all day.
I'm looking into Lorgan's death. I need to ask you some questions. I'm undergoing delayed illicit seromorphosis. No, I think it's already past the time for that.
What do you want to know?
How did he die?
Slowly. Lorgan was a good man, if naive. He deserved better. One of the refugees killed him. Cruelly, too. They cut off his hand, sawed right through the bone.
Cut off his hand?
I found a paralytic poison on one of his wounds. Lorgan was alive while they took the hand. He just couldn't scream. It's sick.
Holy crap.
We give them everything, and all we get is nothing but a good man to bury.
Hold on, I'm not finished with you.
Please, leave me be.
Are you serious? Okay, let's look at the father. Chest key. I think it's time to go into the cellar. Okay, it's really dark in here. Is there anything else here? Oh yeah, some camp supplies. Oh god, why did I pick that up? Drop it again, please. Onions. I'm just stealing all the supplies. And wine. There's supposed to be a altar here and also... Oh, look at the blood. And also some tombs. Oh my god, so much blood. This is the altar. Sheet music. An elegiac fugue in the key of D minor entitled Ode to the Oppressed. An hastily scrawled and slightly damp plea of rest, requesting to be freed of Ilmater's service for the duration of a 10-day, as the writer mourns Father Lorgan. They were playing music in here. God, I can't even imagine what happened here. On the Weary, Father Lorgan. A collection of Father Lorgan's writings on despondency. Perhaps the hardest suffering to ail is that which dulls but does not pang. Weariness sits deep within one's soul, but it casts its miring net across the surface, dampening all errant thoughts and feelings in its wake. Malaise of this sort can rot the heart if left to fester, but must be extricated carefully. Above all else, the weary soul knows itself better than you can. Do not condescend, do not assume, do not impose. Simply avail yourself as a tool to the weary. Let them know you can be used however they might need. He was a good man. Any secrets? No. Rites for the passing. There will come many a time, O worshipful tormented, that you will have to comfort the faithless unfortunate as they pass from this life to the next. Or perhaps even more distastefully, you may be faced with the dying acolyte of a wretched god, keen to shirk the blasted afterlife awaiting them. The Lord on the rack grants us a great many powers, but altering the moral velocity of his soul is one we cannot shift on the deathbed. If one has lived a life of sin, their soul is bound for a sinful place, no matter their final protestations. However, it would do much more harm than good to tell them this. Ilmater does not forbid the speaking of untruth, no matter how polite society deems the act. If it would spare the dying wretch some suffering as they pass, tell them that a weeping God awaits them with his balming embrace. Make them believe, whatever torments their soul bears in the realms beyond, it remembers not their body, so spare them at least this final passing moment from hardship. Okay, they're saying, no, if you've done bad things, you can't redeem yourself ever, but tell them they can do that. Just, yeah. Just to end their suffering for a bit. This is huge. What is this? Pickaxe. His hand was cut off somehow with a weapon. We need to find that weapon. Holy water?
This'll be fun.
What's fun? Display case? Miracles of the Outer City. A record of alleged miraculous phenomena in the outskirts of Baldur's Gate, attributed to Ilmater. Customer of Gildro Angleiron reckons he healed up mighty quick from painful forge burn. Asked if Ilmater had something to do with it, the irksome talkative gent outside Carmen's, powerful agent of suffering. Soup still showing up at refugee camp even after temple closed kitchen. Curious. Man's hands tied together in horse reins claims he's a holy symbol. Meneb Nestor reports feeling close to his duties since relocation to refugee camp. How recent are those events, I wonder? Oh, take that. Take that. Holy crap, I can't possibly disarm this. Astarion. We need Astarion.
Yes? Perhaps if you lost a follower or two, well, in that case, I'm all yours.
Cool.
Careful, I bite.
Please deal with this for me. $20. That's crazy. Oh boy. That's not good. Oh! I did it.
Alright, what now?
Oh, it's locked. Sorry.
Delicious. Hardly a challenge.
Oh, 20 again! Gotta be kidding me. Oh, that's not good. Astarion, roll something in the double digits, please. I don't have a lot of thieves' tools anymore. Thank you.
Can't give up now.
Oh, okay. Just some potion, elixir, that's fine. Dominate person, holy water. Teachings of Ilmater. A series of behavioral lessons is derived from the devotee's interpretation of the ascendancy of the god of suffering, life, and endurance, Ilmater. Some of it is wholesome, with an emphasis of gentleness and the alleviation of hardship. Some of it is a bit more dubious, such as the veneration of martyrs above all living saints. Some of it is flatly weird, including some stuff about self-flagellation, which is not most people's idea of a good time. Not most. The would-be saint. The book tells the story of a patriarch woman who gave up her fortune to become a cleric of Ilmater and service in the outer city, and now seeks to be canonized after her death. Herein is the full of true account of my bid to be canonized after my death as Saint Brigid of Ilmater, the broken god, he of compassion and mercy, the one who endures. I lived a blessed life of every privilege a patriarch woman can fathom. My parents were loving and generous, my community warm. Our larder was always full to bursting. But in the years after the death of Saravok, my eyes were open to the world as it is, a world of pain and danger, a world where evil, if left untouched, can thrive. I realized that my blessings had a cost. Why had I so much where others had so little? I could no longer remain in the gilded Elysium of the upper city and sought to see the world as it truly was. Good for you. Good for you. Nothing else here.
These boots have seen everything.
I can't help but feel that this might be some sort of entry, hidden door. And it is a hidden door. Look at the map. It is. Yeah. Interesting. There's a whole lot in here. My goodness. Wait. I could just go this way. Ah. Interesting. Disorders of the nerves and mind. I think we've read this. Uh-oh. Autosave.
Looks empty.
Fresh food. Who are these?
An
my god. Okay. Put the torch away. Let's short rest.
Off we go then.
Draw any attention.
Can we talk to them? No.
Let's not get caught off guard.
I can't afford to fail.
We don't have any level 2 spell slots. Let's try... What is it? Here. Spell slot restoration. And... Greater Elixir of Arcane Cultivation. Here we go.
None shall see me.
Hello, you.
Astarion. He's actually perfect for this. What about this door? It's another way.
It must be here somewhere.
They're looking for something, and there's blood here.
Be patient, child.
These are doppelgangers. Monstrosity.
Why does Dolor get all the finest weapons? You.
Quietly.
Everyone stop.
Taking my time.
Tab.
Never wanted the easy path.
Well, you think on that.
Carefully now.
Ooh.
Don't burn yourself.
Well, what now, sir? We go check his place?
Turn down the fire.
One more look here. Then move on to the flop house.
The flop house. Where do they want to run?
My faith protects me.
Keep an eye out, brethren.
Onward.
It must be here somewhere. You'll never get the fun job, son.
Okay.
Caution never hurt.
Let me do the starting blow.
Why does Dolor get all the finest weapons?
I just want a little look.
Turn around.
He spends too much time with his prey.
Is he not gonna turn around? Fine. Everything's fine.
You've